Hi everyone, welcome back to Brook Valley Life, or hello for the first time, all you archers out there. Brook Valley Archery. And question for everyone: what do we need for us to conduct archery? Now, a lot of people say play archery, but I don't like that because we don't really play. We conduct archery is what I like to say, because we're not playing, we are actually physically doing something. We play football, which is a game. Whereas archery is a bit like, we don't play hunting. We actually take something and we're trying to hit it into a certain point. We don't play shooting. You never hear that. So I don't like the term of play archery. It doesn't sound professional, and even if we do it for fun, we're not playing archery. Sorry, my rant's over. Anyway, what do we need? Well, yes, we need a bow of some sort and an arrow to fling from the bow. And then we've got to think, where is that arrow actually going? So we need a target of some sort. It could be anything. It could be a bale of hay. It could be a bag of rags. It could be a foam target in the shape of an animal, a dinosaur, anything like that. Or it could be a square block of foam and we put a target face on it that gives us a point where we need to hit. So in this video, I'm going to show you my new target. But, and I don't mean B-U-T, I mean B-U-T-T. I have shot a number of different target butts since I've been shooting. I've shot straw targets when I was back in the UK. They were fantastic to begin with, and they lasted a hell of a long time. However, they weren't that forgiving when it came to carbon arrows, and they used to wear them away. Then we changed over. I can't remember if it was there or here. I think it was over in the UK. I first came across the foam targets that they had when I went to the UK Indoor Nationals. First ever competition I went to as well. Crazy. And then I was shooting at home and I thought, I need a target to shoot at. What am I going to use? So my first ever target I got hold of, which I was in New Zealand at the time. This was back in 2016, I think it was. I purchased a target butt from the UK, and it was from Pro Boss. Brilliant target face, or target butt, I should say. It had a target face in foam on it, and it had a blank side as well. And I shot that for about 2 years and must have put 10, 20,000 arrows through it before I started getting pass-throughs. Great target, and it was cheaper to buy it, I know, crazy, from the UK direct to New Zealand. If I did that now, the postage or the shipping would be mind-blowing. Crazy. In fact, to tell you how bad it is, if you've been watching the channel, you know I've got a compound bow, a Bowtech Guardian, which I had a limb split on it. I contacted Bowtech. They said send it back and they could fix it. I looked at the price to send it back, and it was more than half the price of buying a brand new bow. And it just wasn't worth it. It was well over $400. So yeah, I just didn't bother. So you can imagine how much a meter by meter target would be. I then went to a layered foam target, and I had a friend who I used to shoot with at competitions, Hannah Hawley, here in New Zealand. Hi Hannah, if you're watching, hope things are going well. And she, or her dad, was making layered foam targets at home and selling them off, and I got one and I shot that for ages. Again, I must have put about 10,000 arrows through it, and I started getting pass-throughs. I swapped the foam around, so the harder bits were in the middle and the crappy bits were on the outside. I got a bit more life out of it. And then I got some more foam to make up another one from Jay-Z's Archery here in New Zealand, which was fantastic. That was a really good price. But again, because I was shooting so much, bang, 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 I went through it quite quickly. I then decided we use 11 targets, and that's the company 11 at our local club. And I thought I'll give it a go. And what they had was I think it's a 90 by 90 by 14 foam target. And what I did, I also purchased one of the inserts. Now this foam target didn't come with an insert, so I had to cut out the center, put the insert in. It lasted me about 6 months before I started getting pass-throughs. And then I purchased another one. And this was okay actually, but if I got it anywhere outside of the yellow, I would bury an arrow up to the fletchings. And since I've been going compound, the fletchings would actually be halfway through, if not further, of the foam, the black foam. So I had a look around. Now there are some local shops that are selling the bigger 11s, and one sells the Danage targets. Now my previous over at Archery Club, Trentham, hello to all the guys if you're watching from there as well, they had Danage targets we moved to, and these are like square blocks, and you have 9 of them, and you put them together on a target and you just shoot, and you can move them around, so you've always got a good one in the center. Great, but the price of them is crazy. Just the price of getting it from the shop I think was $1,200, and then you got shipping from Auckland down to here would be another couple of $100. That's just from Auckland as well. However, I went online, had a look around. I have seen that Archery Supplies up in Auckland do one. Hello again, Richard. And I haven't tried that one because I've got this new target. Online, I found this place in Australia. Now it's in Coffs Harbour, I believe. So please don't shoot me if I've got it wrong. I think it's Troy over there. Hello to Troy. Great guy to deal with. And he makes BCE targets. Now they run out of, now this really got me, Sherwood Archery Club in Coffs Harbour, I think it is. And it's just inside Queensland over there. I think it's Queensland anyway, Queensland or New South Wales. Sorry if I get it wrong, because I know there's a bit of between the two. However, I contacted Troy and he came back to me and said, we can ship one of the targets to you for this price. And it was a no-brainer for me. I could get this target and send it to me for just over half the price of one of these Danage targets. And it was yeah, it's going to last long. And when you see what it is, yeah, I think you'll be interested in these targets. I haven't shot it yet. I've had it a while. It's just been sitting here, but we're going to go put it onto our target frame that I've made and lob some arrows at it. Now I'll put through my recurve and my compound just to see how things go on it. But we'll have an in-depth lick first and see what it is. So stay with me. This is a big long intro. I'm sorry for that. Let's go and have a look at this BCE foam target. So what we're going to do is have a quick look at this foam target indoors before we take it out, just to show you exactly the dimensions and all that type of thing. So let me take you off the stand. I've said it again, the tripod, and we'll have a quick closer look. Sorry for the marks on it. It's just because I've been working in here. So hang on a second. So here we have the BCE foam target, and you'll notice there's inserts. I've got 3 there, and I've got 3 there and 3 there. And the good thing is that 3 there is the same as a Vegas target, and those 3 there are the same as your World Archery indoor target, a 3-spot. So what I got was, because I shoot 18 meters here at home, a way of shooting 18 meters on a 3-spot target, and I can change out inserts really simply, and the inserts are a really good price. So let's have a quick look. So this is looking down on top of it, and let's have a look. I've got my rule. As you can see, it is 20 centimeters thick. Now, for you guys who use weird measurements, that means it is 7 and whatever that is, 8th, 16th, 32ths. There we go. Yeah, in width. So 20 centimeters or 200 mil wide. So it's wide, it's solid, really solid. And it is 1, 2, 3. So it's about 95 by 95 by 20. It's a substantial target. As I say, it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 inserts on it, and it's their indoor training target that they do. They do loads of different ones. So check out BCE targets over in Aussie. They are fantastic. Even at the bottom, there's a little black one. As I said, I've not shot it yet. It came, hang on a second. It came with a how to take care of your target. It says it should be covered because it can be affected by UV. Over here in New Zealand, the UV is horrendous. It's got a limited lifetime guarantee. Sorry, did I say that right? A limited guarantee on it. 100% Aussie made. So for you in America, I know you won't like that because you only want American made, but it's not Chinese. It is Aussie made. Oh, there's their internet address and who to call. And on the other side, if I can get my fingers to work, it says tips for pulling your arrows. It is quite a solid thing. So they recommend using a release agent of some sort. I've got silicone on for my arrows, which is good. You just put them on the arrows and then pull. Use an arrow puller. Yeah, grip the arrow and yank. So yeah, this came with it, and it really, really is a solid target compared to the 11 that I've got. This is pretty good. So there we go. BCE, solid target. Let's take it outdoors and shoot some arrows at it. So everyone, we're outside this morning. Beautiful sunny morning. Again, I am being affected a bit by the pollen. I've shown you some pictures of what it can be like. Yeah, the pine trees around here actually give off so much pollen at this time of year. It's crazy. And it hit me last night, even with taking antihistamines. But this morning, we've shown you inside the new BCE target here. It's on the floor. I will put it on the stand in a minute, but I just want to show a bit of a comparison between the BCE, which I've not shot at yet. So this is going to be a good comparison. My 11 target. So the 11 target here was just the foam itself, and I got the centers cut out in the middle and put it in. And what I will do, I will take you from here and I will give you an up close look about what it is. So 11 targets, I believe they're from Europe. I think it came from Romania. So it's I think it's a 14 centimeter thick EVA foam all put together. And as I said, I cut out the center and put that in. I've shot this now for about a couple of months, compound and recurve, and it's doing okay, but that is the center. But what I want to show you is how it stacks up against my shadow. Nope, the BCE target, with all of the inserts in there for all of the different indoor rounds you can do. So what I'm going to do is we're going to go back to 18 meters with my toe point, not even the bow Bowtech, and I'll lob some arrows into the center here, or try and find a hard bit anyway, because this thing here is about, well, let me show you. Sorry for the messer there. As you can see, it's 14 centimeters plus that at the back, and I'm already going through it. So it's quite long, so that's why it lasts so long. So we'll go back, I'll put an arrow or two into the center there, and then I'll put one arrow to the side just to show you how far it goes in on with this foam. Then we'll change targets, we'll put the BCE up there and do the same, but I don't think there'll be much difference because the inserts here is exactly the same material as the foam itself. So let's go back to 18 and shoot some arrows and see what happens. So we're back here at 18 meters from the target. I'll just aim for the center of the yellow, and then I'll put 2 arrows in there. I'll put 2 in the black, or maybe 1 in the black, see how deep it goes. And then we'll swap targets over and see what happens. Now for recurve, the 11's quite good, unless you're using above, I would say, 34 pound, and then it starts to get a bit blown out. And mine's 36 at the moment, and as you can see, it's getting blown out in the center, but I have been shooting compound as well, so let's put a few down there. Ugh. Before you ever shoot, always check your sight marks. Mine is set on 70. That would have gone straight over the top into the bush and I would have lost another arrow. Always check. So, let's see what we get. So as I say, I'll put 2 into the yellow. That's the first one. And the yellow bit stops it really well. That's great. So there's 2 in the yellow. Now this is one that's hit the black before and gone through, so I'm hoping that I don't lose an arrow doing this. And I'll just leave it at that. Let's go and have a look at those arrows. So this is a perfect indication of what happens with these 11 targets if you don't have one of these yellow centers. These have stopped pretty well. Let's just pull one out. They're going that deep. Oop, that deep, so I hope you can see. Both of them were exactly the same. And they come out really, really easily. Now the one that went into the EVA on its own, it's gone in right up to the fletchings, and that is what can happen. And that's exactly what I didn't want to happen. There we go, pull that out. That was all the way in up to there, and the knock got pulled off as I was doing it, which shouldn't happen. Oh well. Down another arrow until I fix that this afternoon. Let me put that in there. Let's swap these targets over and go with the BCE. This one's a lot denser and a lot heavier. All I'm going to do is take a sight pin and put it in the center of pollen. Sorry for that. I'll take a pin and put it in the center of one of these and use that as a target, just so I can see it. So let's go back. So as I said, I'm getting the right distance. As I said, I've not done this on this target. This is a brand new target to me. Paid full price, got it over here. Nothing sponsored or supported or anything by these guys. They were fantastic to work with. BCE targets over at Sherwood Archery in Australia. Same arrows. We'll put two. We will try and put two next to that pin, and then we'll put one in the normal foam. See how it goes. BCE targets. I'm going to show it no matter what happens. What I haven't done is put any silicone on my arrow yet. In fact, it's what they say you should do. So the first one didn't. This one and the next one will have. Sorry for the sniffing. Okay. I think that's two quite close together. We'll do one more, which I'll put to the side of it, hopefully into the normal foam, which I think is exactly the same, so we can check and then we'll go and have a look. I think I need to get some new full synthetic arrow lube, because the foam on the end is falling apart. You don't want to see what these arrows look like. As long as it's coated. I know you can buy the spray, which I might do. Okay, see what happens. I think I got that in a perfect position. So this here is the target, and by the looks of it, they may have gone in. The ones with silicone have definitely gone in a bit further than the one without silicone. The one without silicone looks about the same distance as it was with the yellow. That's how easy it is to pull out. Oh, crikey. If there's silicone on them, they come out really easily. But that left a nice little arrow hole. Again, came out really easily. They're the two that had silicone on. This one didn't, so let's see. Oh yeah, I see what they mean. It doesn't want to come out. Oh, geez. So that eventually came out. So if you're using BCE targets, use some silicone, otherwise you're not going to get them out. These are 3.2mm internal diameter arrows, so they're the skinniest ones I got. So they go in quite a way. Let me just check. They didn't go all the way through either, so that's cool. And I've got, as I said, 12 inserts. Yeah, which is pretty nice actually. So if you're shooting a BCE target like this, BCE, it's going to last you a while by the looks of it. The foam itself is really dense, so use silicone on your arrows, otherwise you'll have issues getting them out. Apart from that, fantastic price, fantastic build, they look really good, and the inserts are quite cheap. I can pick up a couple for the price of one of those big ones. Yes, it is heavier, but it's more dense, which is fantastic. I think I'm gonna have a good time shooting this, especially with the compound. I've got my Vegas faces, I've got my 3-spot. I can put a single on these spots as well. All good. So, hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please hit the like, subscribe, all the other good things we want you to do. Check out BCE targets in Aussie, if you're in New Zealand or Australia. I don't know what's going to happen with the price of target butts with all the tariffs coming in. The ones from China will be normal price. With all the Aussie and us here in New Zealand will be good, but if you want to get anything from the US, it's going to be horrendously priced, if they will even send it. So, as I said, keep shooting. Please hit the like, subscribe, everything else YouTube want you to do. Nearly forgot that one again. It does help with the channel and the algorithm. If you've not subscribed, please do. It's free, and we've got lots of good stuff coming up onto the channel, not just archery, so stand by for that one. We may use it for a bit of archery as well, so teaser. I will catch you next time. Bye bye for now.